We want to welcome you to the 2015 White Coat Ceremony for the PhD students and the pinning ceremony for the MSPH students. And the first people I want to thank are the parents that are here today for entrusting us with who is most dear to you in all the world. And I know all of you students are supposed to be adults, but I have a 30-year-old daughter. I just talked to her a few minutes ago. We call every morning. She lives in New York City. She is my baby. I know all of them are your babies too. So we are going to promise you that we'll make sure they're well taken care of. Even if some days it means that we'll be stern as the occasion arises, and other days we'll be sweet and compassionate as it's needed. To our students, many among you are the first to go to graduate school. Therefore, this is an opportunity, and I stress that word, an opportunity that you must take advantage of and transform into success. This ceremony also marks the beginning of an end of one phase of your lives and the anticipation of a great beginning. This is one of those moments in your lives because you are poised between past and future. The past will come naturally with a mix with your eagerness to embrace the future and your curiosity about what is in store for you. Students, your cup is not half empty, nor it is half full. Yours is the cup that runneth over. Think about that. You are exceptionally smart, you are young, you are healthy, and you're very, very pretty and beautiful, if I may say so myself. And you live in freedom and in relative security. So with all these attributes, what can you do to guarantee success? So let me remind you of the words of Luke 12:32. Much will be required of the person entrusted with much, and still more will be demanded of the person entrusted with more. So if you're an average performer, don't set your goals into above average. Look at excellent. Get excellent grades. For that you need a plan of action. Don't wait until the last minute to study for those exams. We will know that. You'll not be able to afford it. Keep your deadlines. Deadlines wake you from your dreams and bring you into the realities of achieving them. And on the subject of studying, I have 2 words of advice. Study as if you never prayed, and pray as if you never studied. So, I am delighted this morning to welcome to his first white coat ceremony at Meharry Medical College, our President and CEO, Dr. James Hildreth. Dr. Hildreth is a graduate of Harvard University when he obtained a degree in chemistry, magna cum laude. He was the first African-American Rhodes Scholar from Arkansas and graduated from Oxford University in England with a PhD in immunology in 1982. So for all of you that think immunology is not important, think twice. It happens to be my field of study, that's why I'm making a joke. Upon his return to the U.S., he enrolled at Johns Hopkins University where he completed his MD degree. He joined the faculty at Johns Hopkins as an assistant professor and was the first African American in the history of the school to reach the rank of full professor with tenure. Dr. Hildreth's area of research is HIV/AIDS, and he has done seminal studies in the biology of the virus. He and his team discovered that cholesterol is required for the entry of the virus into cells, and that removing this lipid from the cell membrane can block infection. This discovery has been the basis for developing several interventions against HIV/AIDS, including a topical microbicide. Dr. Hildreth came to Meharry as the first director of the Center for AIDS Health Disparities Research in 2005. In 2008, Dr. Hildreth was elected to the Institute of Medicine. Dr. Hildreth left Meharry in 2011 to become the inaugural Dean of the College of Biological Science at the University of California at Davis. We are delighted that Dr. Hildreth has chosen to return to us to serve as the 12th president of Meharry Medical College. So at this time, I ask you to join me in welcoming our President and CEO, Dr. James Hildreth.
Good morning. Good morning. Okay, now we can do a little better than that.
Good morning.
There you go. So first I want to say congratulations and welcome again to these amazing students, and to your parents and family who are here and friends. Welcome also. We are just as proud of these amazing young people as you are, and we're excited about having them here at Meharry, and we promise you we're going to take really good care of them. So your acceptance into these programs reflects your academic prowess and a lot of hard work, and so congratulations to you again for being here, because getting into the programs in and of itself is quite an achievement, and please never lose sight of that fact. And I'm sure that all of you think you know what you're getting yourselves into, but you probably never imagined that finishing graduate school was like becoming all 7 of the 7 dwarves. Did you know that?
No.
I didn't think so. So in the beginning, you're going to be dopey and bashful. Then part of the way through, usually you get sick, that is, you become sneezy. Then you might get really, really tired, in which case you become little Mr. Sleepy, right? Sneezy, sleepy. Eventually you'll finish, and you'll get through, and people will call you Doc, and then of course you become happy. So going through graduate school is like becoming all 7 of the dwarves: dopey, bashful, sneezy, sleepy, grumpy, Doc, and happy. You probably never knew that, right? So as you go through, you're going to remember me telling you this, and you'll see that I'm exactly right. Now, obtaining a master's degree or a PhD is indeed a process, okay, in and of itself. The project you choose for your master's thesis or PhD thesis is not nearly as important as the skills and expertise you're going to acquire and the professional habits of your discipline. That's what this is really about. It's a process of transformation that you're going to go through. And for all of these, for all of you, these include problem solving, critical thinking, communication, and very importantly, working as part of a collective, a part of a team. And in the world we live in now, this latter component or latter characteristic cannot be overemphasized. For all of the major problems facing humankind, it is clear that the solutions are going to come by bringing people together from distinct backgrounds and perspectives and distinct disciplines. In my field of immunology, HIV/AIDS in particular, we are 34 years into the fight against the virus, and at times it seems that we're losing. But only recently did we fully appreciate that biomedical scientists and clinical scientists alone cannot solve the problem. The global epidemic has been devastating to people of color, even in the United States, as you all know. HIV and AIDS is devastating to African Americans, much more so than other people. So it's been devastating to people of color around the world, but it's been driven not just by biology, but by cultural, political, and social factors as well. Therefore, it is only after epidemiologists, social scientists, behavioral scientists, medical economists, and faith leaders join ranks that we really start to make progress against this virus. And these are really, really exciting times in medicine because molecular scientists are joining ranks with physicists, engineers, and information scientists in large collaborations in ways that have never been seen before. And going forward, in biology research generally, and in biomedical research in particular, success is going to be driven by information science because data is being generated on scales that we could not have imagined just years ago. In fact, my colleagues here, sitting in the room, some of them are generating terabytes, multiple terabytes of data in a single day. So this is no less true for public health because large data sets are going to be used to enable modeling of and prediction of the spread of disease and of the effect of the environment on health. These considerations, along with the amazing tools and technologies, mean that these truly are exceptional times and exciting times to be starting your respective programs. The breathtaking pace of discovery and generation of data brings me to a very important point, which I shared with you all, the students, a couple of weeks ago. We know from research that you're going to forget much of what you learn over the next few years. And that's not a reflection on our fine professors or a reflection on you, okay? It's because we, as human beings, confuse information for knowledge. And because the ability to generate information, that is data, evolves and changes, so does what we call knowledge change and evolve. And so you may be wondering whether the time you're going to be spending in these programs, challenging yourselves in such a way, is a waste of time. Quite the contrary. Because more important than what you learn is the fact that you learn how to learn. Because as you go forward in your careers over the years to come after you graduate, some of you will have to retool and tool yourselves and your careers over and over again. And so you will find that the ability for continuous learning is going to serve you very well. And you're probably going to be challenged in some ways that you've not thought about before. Your mental acuity, your physical stamina, and your emotional strength will all be put to the test. Okay. Now, especially for those of you in the PhD programs, there's going to be times when frustration, utter frustration, is going to be the order of the day. Because unlike other programs of higher learning that have a prescribed curriculum, you are charged with fundamental discovery and adding to the body of human knowledge. And since biology is such that even the best hypothesis is subject not to turn out the way you predicted that it would, that makes your challenge especially challenging. And that is why, to be honest, that the PhD is the highest degree that can be awarded because of this specific challenge you have of adding to the body of knowledge. Now, you are all here because you were judged to be up to the challenge. You wouldn't be sitting in those seats unless we knew that you were up to the challenge. But that doesn't mean it's going to be smooth sailing. And indeed, an important part of your training is going to be learning how to deal with setbacks and challenges. Because regardless of what you aspire to do when you finish with us, there are going to be hurdles to overcome and unexpected pitfalls that will raise their heads. But you should view those instances during your training as opportunities to develop resilience and to use the smarts and creativity that got you here. And whatever you do, never doubt that you can make it through, because you can and you will. And I acknowledge that even though these are exceptionally exciting times to be interested in public health and biomedical sciences, it is also a time of uncertainty and a time of extreme change. Funding for research has become challenging and uncertain, and some people believe that we're training far too many PhDs, biomedical PhDs especially, because some PhDs are spending 5 or more years in postdoctoral fellowships, and jobs allowing biomedical PhDs to do what they're trained to do and aspire to do appear to be more and more limited. And on the public health front, interventions that have been developed through scientific inquiry that would profoundly affect the health of humans, they are in hand, but the public skepticism for science and scientists have limited their acceptance and implementation. And furthermore, at a time when the effectiveness of preventive medicine is quite clear, in the United States we still spend far too much money on treating disease and far too little on actual health. Nonetheless, given these considerations, if you stay the course, you will be able to establish a career that's gratifying and impactful for the public, whether you're a public health scientist, public health professional, or a biomedical scientist. Your impact will be amplified by the fact that there are far too few professionals in your fields of color. And once you get into your fields and you attend national meetings, international meetings, you will see for yourself that oftentimes you might be one of the few persons of color sitting in the room. But again, this means that your impact you can have will be far greater than other people who are training in this way. And you've come to a place, Meharry Medical College, that shares your visions and your goals. Most of you are here because you have a heart to serve the underserved, and that's what we mean to do in this institution. We also mean to provide training opportunities to disadvantaged students and to improve the human condition through the students that we train and send out into the world. The faculty, these amazing faculty whose ranks I'm really proud to be part of again, the staff and I, we are here to enable your success. But the key word there is to enable your success. You have to be internally driven. No one's going to come and check on you every day, look over your shoulders, and do that sort of thing. You're adults now, and the drive has to come from within. And we're going to be here to help amplify that drive and facilitate your success, but it all starts with you. I hope you understand that. So we take great pride in the students we train, their competence, their professionalism, and the spirit of service. And that's been a tradition at Meharry since 1876, and has continued to be a tradition as we train more and more people. So congratulations to all of you. And I look forward to hearing exciting things about you and your activities, both here and when you leave us. And remember, we're here to help you, but we can't help you unless you reach out and ask for help. And we'll be there to support you. So best of luck, and congratulations to you and to your family and friends. Thank you very much.
Hope everybody took notes to remember those words. They will become very, very important. So what we're going to do now is to present the white coats to the PhD students. So this is how we're going to do it. The PhD students will come up to the stage their way. They are all seated by alphabetical order, correct? Okay, good, because I don't know. I know Carla, so are you all seated? I know Diva. Actually, I know everybody. But anyway, you'll come this way, and our Director of Graduate Studies, who are seated right here, will move this way and come up this way, and every one of you will pick a coat, and we're going to quote each student individually so everybody knows who they are, and I will introduce them. And so, Dr. Mocha, Dr. Stewart, Dr. Minushari, Dr. Archibong, Dr. Ramesh, and Dr. Motley. Oh, I want to make sure they are open. Okay, so we're going to come up, so please stand up. We have to wait for them. So the directors of graduate studies are the individuals in the PhD program in each department that handle the PhD students. Okay. So we go one student per person, correct? All right. Miss, there you go. Oh, okay. All right, I was going to say you're going to call again. That's good. Okay. Ready? Miss Carla Gibbs. Don't do it. Janakor Hairston Pascal. Did I say it right? Okay. James Bungen. Nicholas Sapp. Portia Thomas. Diva Whalen. Thank you. We're going to ask you to rise, not now, when we get to the oath. So at this time, I'm going to ask Dr. Washington to come with his staff to present the pins for the public health students. Dr. Washington.
Good morning. I would again like to welcome our public health students who have joined us from all over the country, and they come from southeast regions, northeast region, north, west, and southwest. So we're very glad that you're here, you've joined us, and we have a total of around 23 students who have joined us this semester. What we're going to do is that we're going to pin you. What that means is that we're so glad that you're here. We're going to put something on your clothing that hopefully you hold on for for a long time. I'm going to ask my staff to come over I'm going to have Miss Pilar Prather. She's going to read off the names. I'm going to do the pinning, and then we will start off with alphabetical order.
Will the students in the Masters of Public Health program, second row, please stand? And when your name is called, enter the stage from the steps on the right and my left. After you have been pinned, please return to your seat. Please stand, second row. Philip Bankston. Giselle Bedassi. Jessica Dix. May Dobbs. Ada Abuche. Chelsea Granderson. Haley Hagans. Clarence Austin Hogan. Josh June. Will the third row please stand? Third row. Kanisha Johnson. Michaela Lehman. Pashay Peterson. Oh, Ayana Morton. Sorry. Maria Parker. Leonard Perry. Pashay Peterson. Calvalencia Raven Pollitt. Shakoya Smith. Azuna Udebo Anti. Julia Watson. Nikki West. Thank you.
Please join me in congratulating our newly white-coated and pen graduate students 2015. At this time, I'm going to ask all the students to rise, and you will repeat with Dr. Evangeline Motley the oath of commitment. Dr. Motley.
Now that we will recite the oath together. On this day, I. You say your name. Okay. swear to pursue excellence in my studies and in my work, listen to and respect my teachers, apply the highest standards of ethics in my research, conduct myself at all times with integrity, respect, and dignity, be kind, helpful, and cooperative to my colleagues, be an example for the next generation of graduate students, protect the college's property and its physical structure, nurture my dreams and keep sight of my goals in times of adversity, respect and be an ambassador for the institution, aspire for the benefit of mankind as a result of my work. Thank you. You may be seated.
Okay, so we've had again the opportunity to do the white coat, people putting on their white coats and being pinned. We want to recognize the friends and families of those who came to support their students today. So all the parents, significant others, friends, or whatever, would you stand so that you can be recognized? We thank you very much for your attendance, and I do want to bring to your attention, now that we're coming to the close of this event, I want to let you know that immediately following this program, the dean, directors, and all students, please proceed to the lobby for a group photo. After the group photo is taken, parents and guests will have the opportunity to take their photos individually. Family photos are being offered for a separate fee in room 212 of this building after the group photo is taken. There is also a reception starting at 10 a.m. on the first floor of this building. Campus tours will take place at 11 a.m., 1 p.m., 3 p.m., leaving from the lobby of the Cal-Turner Center for Students Education. So thank you very much for coming. This is the end of the ceremonies, and please proceed to those things I just mentioned. Thank you again for coming.